We made it. We are here at the beautiful beach. And I'm going to take you with me. I think we found a nice place. Let's have a seat. Alright, Heasley here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks you found the way to this channel. This is brand new, so thank you very much. So let's get this started. I was thinking I will not tell you right away what this channel is all about. Since you tuned in, you might have an idea. You were searching for something, right? This video, because it's the first one, is not just popping up and just spreading all over YouTube planet. I'm from Germany, and my family and we decided about 2 years ago to move from Europe here to Japan. And you know, if you're doing something like this together with a family, especially with kids, that can be quite an adventure. And it was an adventure, to be honest. It was at the end of the pandemic, and we were just fine to enter this country because it was still kind of restricted to come here, especially as a tourist. But we did it, and definitely don't want to leave anymore. This is just, for me at least, the perfect place to be. Well, let me show you. Just me here at the beach. I don't know, it's weekend here in Japan and nobody's out here except me. So I'm the same than you are, probably, or at least quite similar, I would say. You know, before I had the idea to put content out for YouTube, I got inspired by a lot of other channels, and they are doing an amazing job. Just to mention Kafuzi, Ben Parks, and all the others. Very, very inspiring. And definitely the reason why I'm now sitting here, I'm more of an authentic guy. I'm trying to do it my way. And the reason why is because I think I'm just an average guy. Sometimes life can really suck. It's so boring. I think if you cannot change the world, at least you can change yourself, being in that world, with that world. Yeah, I think I need to change something in my life, because I think it's better than just coming home, sitting on the couch, not doing anything anymore, just being lazy, average guy. I think I start something extraordinary. Want to run marathons. Yeah, never done before. Just watch TV. So I need to start.
running.
Well, but I think more important at this moment right now is that you have an idea about my background. So we landed here 2022, about 2 years ago. It was a really, really hot summer, like all the other hot summers here in Japan. And I really struggled to adjust myself here. Also, because I might have done a big mistake. I took over all my old patterns, my lifestyle, the stress, daily routine, whatever. Instead of just start that new chapter from scratch, I just actually kept on doing the same stuff that I did before in Europe. You have to learn the lesson. I was constantly complaining about life back in Europe, but I kept on complaining here in Japan. It didn't feel right, at least for me. My wife, my kids, they had no problem. They found their way. They are good. But me, I really struggled, especially in the beginning, because I gave up a lot in Europe. I had a good job, decent life, everything was fine. But if you come back from work not really happy with what you're doing, don't get me wrong, that job was great, but the life you're living is, you ask yourself questions like, is that daily life the daily life you want to live, or can it be better somehow? Those kind of questions. Well, and if you have those questions and you're coming home from work and you're on the couch with your beer in your hand and call it a day, then you might understand what situation I was at. And so, not really satisfying, to be honest. But anyway, so we had the plan to come here to Japan, but I kept on doing the same stuff that I did in Europe. Work, couch, beer, call it a day, and doing all those stuff again the next day, over next day, and so on and so on. If you want to enjoy your new chapter in life, especially outdoors, with your family, especially if you have kids, and you should better start doing something for yourself, like increase your life quality, your vitality, try to be healthy in general, so you might have a chance to enjoy what Japan can actually offer. But yeah, for me, it took a while to enjoy life here. To be honest, about 1 year. So summer 2022 until May 2023, it was not really fun for me. But then I went sick, was in my bed, totally out of order, coughing, fever, all that kind of stuff. But what I also had was time. I finally had time to think about this. And because I had that time and I could dive deeper into my soul, my brain, my mental status, I was convinced that I can finally find answers to my questions, like where I want to be in the future, what do I want to be here actually, this beautiful spot. Back in Europe, like sometimes, like maybe once, twice a month, I went out for a little run. Was okay, was satisfying coming back home, but to be honest, nothing that I'd like to continue. It was just a mental thing, that you convince yourself, yeah, you did something, but nothing that was meant to be, for a longer period of time. I was convinced that running could be the thing that I'd like to do. So after I felt better, I went to my local sports shop, bought a nice pair of running shoes. I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what running actually means. No clue about paces, heart rates. Uh, I'm not a coach. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a specialist. I'm not pro runner at all. I'm just an average guy like probably you. And this is how I slipped into it. So I laced them up and went out for my first run. Quite ambitious though, because I went for 5K. So when I came back home, it felt amazing. Very, very satisfying. Just one run can make such a difference. I was sure this is going to be a great journey. The second day, right after, I went out for another 5K, did the things all over again, and again felt amazing. My third day, after I decided to run, I couldn't run because I was probably too busy. But anyway, the fourth day I went out for my third run again, 5K. Was good. Felt a bit stiff, so my legs knew they did something. You know, the next morning it was, well, I didn't feel that alright, to be honest. I went to work quite tired, fatigued. Was a challenge, you know. And the day after I did my fourth run, again another 4K, and doing the run, my right leg started to complain about, hey, you're quite ambitious, you should maybe try it a little bit slower, or not go for 5K but just do 3K and or walk in between. But I didn't, because I was so convinced I can do it. My mind said just go for it, just straight away. But you know, if your mind is so into it now, you don't want to give up just because you feel a bit tired in general. Then I went out for my fifth run. Just at the beginning, I understood there's something going on with my right knee, and you know, it complained again, like, why on earth are you doing this with me? Can't you just stay at home and have another rest day? Why you torture me so much? And I was like, who cares? You're my knee. You have to listen to me. What I'm asking you to do, just keep on running. Well, the next morning, I had to pay the price. I couldn't barely step on my right knee. The first step that I did was like, I would compare it to like tooth pain. If you know what tooth pain is, if you had it once, you might understand what that kind of pain was like, especially in my right knee. A therapist, I went to him, very nice guy. He gave me a treatment about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and he said, you know, actually it's a good thing what you're doing, but you should take care about your body. You know, he said, if you keep on running like that, you might have a severe injury. And I was shocked. I was like, oh God, I have to give up running right away after I just started it. And it made me feel very, very sad. He said I should rest for about 6-7 days and not try to do any sport. So yeah, after that 7 days, I went out again for another 5K. But he said, just listen to your body, right? So I decided, my 5K I did in about 32-33 minutes. So very slow actually already. But this time I decided, why not just doing it in like 40 minutes? So all I had was my mobile phone, so I set up the timer and tried to fit in that 5K into 40 minutes. And here comes the point. After that run, when I came home, it felt like I haven't been even out yet. I wasn't even running. So I was sure this is the way how you should properly start your running journey. And because it felt so good after my injury to be out there again finally, and to manage to run that 5K with an easy effort within 40 minutes, and you feel so good after the run, better than it was the first and second time. I was so I really went into another atmosphere. Like it beamed me up somewhere else when it comes to running.